Hey, so it's Jessica from Wild Rose Farm. I was just gonna make a quick video referencing what it is and how much it takes to raise chickens, better known as like backyard chickens. With the inflation of egg costs and egg shortages when you're at the store, I've had people reach out in more urban settings or someone that doesn't necessarily have any farming background, wondering if this is something they can do. And so if it's something you're thinking about, the answer is yes. Just the fact that you're thinking about it probably means that you have an area that you can do it in. Unless you're in an apartment, unless you're in an HOA neighborhood, there probably isn't a reason to not have chickens. Depending on your area for backyard chickens, if you want to make sure your neighbors are going to be okay with it, because yes, if you're not having roosters, chickens still can make a lot of noise. Some chickens are louder than others. When they lay eggs, they make noise, but for the most part, they are pretty quiet. That is always something to take into consideration before bringing something that's going to be living in your backyard. Chickens are also known to draw rats. So if it's an area that maybe doesn't have a rat problem now, it might bring the mice and rats. So it's always something to think about too. We have lived in 3 different homes. Each home we have had chickens. It's something that we will probably have until we don't have a home of our own. They are super easy to take care of. I find so much pleasure in going out there and wondering who laid, how many eggs am I going to have today. So if it's something you're considering, if it's worth raising your own to have your own eggs on demand, there is a few factors that play into it. If you only have 4 to 6 chickens, depending on those breeds, you only might get a couple a day. If you're choosing what breeds you want to make sure that you're choosing the chickens that do have 300 plus eggs a year, because there is breeds that only lay 200 eggs a year, so you won't be getting an egg from them every day. So that was something that I didn't really realize. I've had chickens for like 8 years, and I'm still learning. There is always something to learn. Each place requires different protocols, coop, the run, safety measures. At our first house, it was in our backyard, quite a ways from the house. I had to clip their wings because we had neighbors surrounding us, and the chickens could see. It was like the wire fencing, so they could see through, so they would want to jump over. So I had to, that's something you have to be comfortable with if you're in a backyard, unless you put like netting over or some kind of full on structure. At our next house, we had kind of the same thing. We had a little bit smaller of a yard, but we were still able to keep them in the backyard, happy as can be. And now we're on 5 acres, and they literally have the best lives here. The cost though. So if someone is asking, can I do this? First, it's know your area. Do you have enough room to have chickens, and how many chickens of that? You can find these answers online. It varies per person. But then the next is affordable. Can you afford it? Can you take care of them? A bag of food costs anywhere from $15 to $30 depending on what you choose to feed your chickens. There's organic options, there's homemade options, there is just the basic common bags you can get at any store that you go to. Even Walmart sells chicken food. A bag of shavings for their bedding. I personally clean my coop every week, but it does not take too much shavings. So a bag of shavings will last me 2-3 months, depending on how messy it is, and how many chickens I have. So that fluctuates, but they are very affordable. They're very easy. My 3-year-old, even at 2 years old, he was filling the water, checking the eggs, and now he can clean the coop. So I think it's great for kids to have. I could see it being something that gets me out of bed when I'm, maybe retired. You can have your dogs and your cats indoor, but that helps me get outside. It helps me want to take care of things out there, you have your own compost, and then that compost returns eggs. So it's a cool full circle thing. So when we go back to chicken keeping, inflation price, getting your own eggs. Yes, it's easy to do. They pretty much take care of themselves as long as you have a secure place for them. Even if they free range, something that people don't know is they actually put themselves to bed. So my coop is open all day, and when it gets dark, the chickens will find themselves coming back to the coop and getting in, and then all I have to do is shut the door. I don't have to chase anyone around. I don't have to find them, pick them up, corral them in. You might have to do that at the first when you first bring your chickens home, but once they get it, and that's their home. So it is very easy. Say you're worried that you're gonna have to leave. Some people have runs and coops that are big enough that you can leave them, as long as you don't think anything is gonna get in there. Make sure feed is there, but even if you have a neighbor come and check on them, very easy. So it's not gonna be this aspect to hold you back, or I don't know if I can do this. So again, if you're thinking about starting a backyard flock, I think you should do it, because I'm a chicken person, and there is something always in knowing where your food is coming from. When you buy them from the store, you don't know where they're coming from. You think, oh, organic, perfect. That's all you see and hear. Well, they can be getting fed organic feed, but they could be in a facility where they don't see the sky, they don't touch the grass. So for me, I know the quality of their life, I know where they're sleeping, and I know what they're fed. So in return, I know that those eggs are gonna be good for me and my gut health. So even if you are watching this video and you don't know anything about chickens and you're not in a position to have a chicken now, try to find a farmer, go to farmers markets, try to find someone local in your community that has a backyard flock and support them, because you'll be able to see where they live and know that they come from an area that is around you and they're taken care of. So I guess just in short, because people are running out of eggs and now the prices are skyrocketing, it really can be affordable. You can find coops online brand new. You can find coops online used if you're able to have a truck or a trailer to pull them back to your house. Or if you're handy or know someone that's handy that can help you build something. There's so many plans out there. It doesn't have to be hard. It's what you make of it and what your affordability is. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and if you have any other questions, please leave a comment. But I really hope that this was informative, and go get some chickens.